So let's talk about brass. Copper is the thing that got us started on this, right? So if we do copper, and we look at copper ore, we're looking at an orchid from Botnia. So we need to craft an orchid. And an orchid needs mystical gray. Okay. Redstone root. The heck is a redstone root? That is redstone and grass. Okay. I think we've got some redstone. I think we've looted that. Let's use our snippers to get some grass, shall we? We'll get a couple of them. Let's run inside real fast. Let me get some redstone. I think it's over here. Yeah, I've got redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll make 5 of these, just so we have them. Redstone and grass, redstone root. Okay. Let's start this out. We'll go a little bit at a time here. We go you in there. And we throw one of you in there. What was the other thing that we needed for this? To make this orchid? Pixie dust. What's pixie dust? Elven trade. A mana pearl, Botnia for pixie dust. Ooh. Okay, so we're not ready for that yet. Dang it. I was getting excited, but we can't do that yet. So we got to do the mana thing first, I think. So let me figure that out, and let me shift click this out of there, and we'll continue on once I get figured out what we're doing next. Alright, so the next thing we got to get into is collecting mana. And to do that, we're going to need to make something called a mana spreader. So I have been, as you can see, making more living wood. And I'm going to grab my axe and get that out of there real quick. And we're going to make us a mana spreader next. So let me pop all this out real quick. I did another 24 stone too. So I've got at least 24 of each to play with right now. These take a few minutes. So I was reading, I don't know that the daisies themselves decay. There are flowers in this that only last like 3 game days though, but I think that the daisies are okay. I think these are out here all the time. But they are the flowers that we're going to craft for mana. They do in fact decay after 3 days. So what we're going to do is we're first going to make something called a mana spreader. And a mana spreader is weird. It collects and it sends mana to different things. So depending on what you're using it for in the pack, it's either collecting or it's sending. And you make it with a gold ingot and a petal of any kind. So I think we'll have to cook a gold. Nope, I have a gold ingot. Good. And then we'll need a petal. And I've been throwing everything in here, but we'll just use one of these white petals. This is all my Botania stuff. And we're going to take this out too, because we're going to use him. And then we'll come here and we do this guy. And it's living wood, a petal, and that. And now we have a mana spreader. And I think what we'll do is we'll put our mana spreader right here for the moment. In front of the house here. Like, you're the mana spreader. And then the next thing we got to do is make the type of flower that collects mana. Alright, and so if you look in your generating flora, we'll go here. This is the one. You've got an endoflame, which burns coal, from what I understand. He burns coal to make mana. And then you've got the other one, which is the hydrangeas, or hydrangeas, I guess. And he uses water. And I think we're going to go with this one because it's cheaper. You know what I mean? These flowers act as a liquid-based passive generator. They suck up any still water in a 3x3 area at the same altitude around them. And they convert it into water, into mana. Unfortunately, they do not seem to function faster than rain. Their base mana throughput is still rather slow. In addition, they decay after 3 days, making them non-viable for long-term mana production. Whereas this one, it's a very rudimentary generating flower to absorb any combustible items or blocks dropped on the nearby vicinity one at a time and burn through them to generate mana. So this is like your power generator. This is your early power generator. The amount of time it takes to burn through an item is roughly half the time a furnace would. There's a few small caveats though. The endoflame will not burn anything that leave byproducts in a furnace, e.g. lava buckets, which leave a bucket behind. Furthermore, the lava can only burn around about 4 blocks of coal at once. If any single fuel item with a longer burn time is used, its fuel efficiency will be lost. So I think we're going to go with the water one. Let's go back inside here. And I think to do that, we're going to make... Let's go back. The production for the hydrangeas is blue... is it blue and cyan? 2 blue, 2 cyan. That's when you know you did the recipe right. And Q, bam. We now have hydrangeas. Okay. Let's grab a couple buckets. We're going to make a 3x3 bucket system here. Okay. And we'll go right here. This is a good spot. I'll just use my pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so there's that. And if we go you there, and we go you there, and then we go you there. Alright, so this is a 3x3 water source. And I think the pedal has to be at the same level? I'm not sure. Let's put it down and we'll see. Let's take our wand. And right-click him. Right-click him. Or click him. Where's he spreading to? He's just spreading in front. That just shows which way he's spreading. I think shift right-click is like a rotate on this. But I think this isn't doing anything because it's not at the same level. So if we pick that up and we put that here, and we put that guy here, are we doing anything now? I can't tell. I can't tell. We look back here. Generating flora. That's those two. But I think we also need... where is it? I think we need something called a mana pool to put the mana into. I think the spreader just collects it. So if we do mana pool, and we look at the mana pool, he's made with living rock in that form, and I think this is what collects the mana. So we need 5 or 6. We'll take 6. And then we take this, and we go bam, 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 bam. 5. We take this. Ooh, we unlocked something. Advancement made. Viva Wave. New chapters unlocked in the book. Okay, cool. And we can see that I think he was shooting forward. So if we put that there, and we grab that. Okay, so he is definitely aiming into that. But he is not collecting this water no matter what, which is kind of weird. Kind of weird. And I don't know why he's not doing anything. Because as far as I can tell, nothing is happening. No mana is being moved. That's the spreader. He's sending to the mana pool. If we shift click this, it goes in the other direction, which would mean it'd go back out of the pool. So this is if you wanted the pool to feed things. But we want it to go into the pool. And it looks like that's there. I'm not sure why he's not collecting. I would think that it should be working here. But I guess not. Alright, give me a moment. Okay, so I think what's happening is I'm confused by the 3x3. Literally, this guy would take water from this area around him here. So it wouldn't work there. I think we'd have to go here. Because then this guy is at least in the 3x3. So if we place this here... Anything? Are we doing anything? Is anything happening that I can tell? We shift click you and click that. Oh, we got mana. Looks like something's happening. It's hard to tell. But it's all going in here as far as I can tell. He should be, basically, he's pulling the water out of here. And then he powers this with it. And then he sticks it in the mana pool. So we've got something. So yeah, that was the problem, is it needs to be his 3x3, which would literally mean this around here. So I'm guessing then we would do another one here, another one there, and another one there. Or we could find a way to, I don't know, trick it or something, and then it would work. So I think that's how we're collecting mana. The very basics of it anyways. Alright, now, next, what are we going to do with the mana? Let's figure that out, and I'll be right back. The ones that I have unlocked so far, flower shrinking will make any flower smaller. So if you're growing a flower that's like 2 blocks high, but you want to use it somewhere where you only have 1 block space, you can do it with this. Modulating delay is a kind of a timer that you can put on things, like for redstone signal or whatever. So this will allow you to set up like a delay on things. Bellathorn is, which one was this? This is, okay, so this one is like Dreadthorn, right? But Bellathorn and Dreadthorn, what do they do? Bellathorn harms living things around it. So if you wanted to like use it to slaughter animals, you could plant a Bellathorn and any animal that got within its range would get slaughtered. These all use mana, by the way, except for Bergamot. Dreadthorn does the same thing, but only to adult animals. So let's say you wanted to, you have an auto breeding system. You could use this to kill the adults. That way the babies aren't harmed. Bergamot is like a sound deadening, so we can plant a Bergamot over in the animal's pen, and then we wouldn't have to listen to them moo and make noises anymore. So that's one thing we can do. And then this one, what was this one again? Oh yeah, this is, so if you have a ring of magnetism that pulls things to you, this one here, the Solegnolia, will basically turn it off in an area around you. So let's say you're walking through an area, you've got some automation going and you don't want all the items to get pulled to you. Plant this near that and it will shut that off, basically. So that's the functional that I have unlocked so far. Floral Obedient Stick, I didn't quite understand. Apparently, I think it makes any mana pools or anything aim their mana at you. So as long as you use this to like have yourself be the source of mana coming in. You've got living rock tools and living wood tools. They're like stone and wood normal tools, except these use mana to keep them from using up durability. There's the mana steel equipment, same thing. It's just kind of like the iron version. So that'd be your wood version, your rock, and your iron version. And I think they have some other bonuses that come with them as well. Overgrown seed is something we can find, and if you place it, it basically turns soil into enchanted soil, and that means all flowers planted on that will work way better, so we can get more mana, we can do a lot more other stuff, but we have to find this in a dungeon somewhere. An assembly halo is like a portable crafting grid. Horn of the Wild will cause all plants in an area to break, so if you want to clear a whole area of grass, just blow the Horn of the Wild, it'll go away. You can also do the same thing with snow, and I think there was, what was the other one? It was leaves. So if you wanted to blow the leaves off of trees, you could change it into that version of it. Living Wood Bow does a bit more damage because it uses mana, basically. Let's see, what else was there? The Mana Weave Cloth. You can use this Mana Weave Cloth to create clothes, and if you're wearing Mana Weave clothes, you use way less mana when you're using stuff, so it's a way to conserve mana. Plus, I think there's bonuses for that, I think is what they said. The Halo, I think, is like an auto crafter. The pasture seeds you can use to grow grass. So like, say you laid out a huge dirt area and you want to spread grass from somewhere to that, you can just place one of these pasture seeds and it acts like a center point where it'll start spreading, so it'll be a lot quicker. Rod of the Plentiful Mana is ore finder. It uses mana, and you right click and it makes, you can see through walls and see where the ore is. Spellbinding Cloth removes enchants and curses. Virtuous Pickaxe is a Silk Touch pickaxe, but just for glass. It just works on glass. And this one is really cool, the World Shaper Sextant. What this does is this creates a circle for you. So you can use this to click on a block, drag out, and click on that other block, and it'll create the circle with that being the center, so that you can build circles without having to tab out, which I think is kind of even funny. They even say that that creating circles is coveted. It's a lost art by many, so much so, in fact, that some turn to the unholy act of tabbing out to learn the proper procedure. That's pretty funny. So there's some pretty cool stuff there. So yeah, I've just started scratching the book. Once you start to read through it and you kind of understand how to look through it, it's a little pretty cool. So yeah. Okay, so I've been playing around. You see I removed the mana pool over here. If you watch my other series, I like things to look cool if I can. So I came up with this setup here. We know that these have to be on the corners of water, and the water has to be an unlimited source, because if you put this near water, it actually sucks up the water. Like if there's not an unlimited source, this way at least it just keeps refilling. You don't see it, but if I was to block one of these off, you would see it. So one of these in the corner, basically, of each water source there. And then I use brick stairs and bricks to make, and I'm going to call this my mana fountain. Basically, I make a nice little fountain out of it. Put one on each of the corners here. I put my mana spreader in the middle, and I aimed them upwards and I've got another one here because I was going to build a second one if I wanted to. Where is it? So here's the mana spreader, and if you look down when you're placing it, it'll aim upwards. Its laser will aim upwards. Figured that out. See how it shoots up that way. Pick that back up. And then I found out the hard way that the mana pool can't sit on top of him. It looks like there has to be at least one block space between him and the pool. So which is why he's sitting there glowing or hovering right now. Because when he was right on top, he didn't work. I put a block between, put him up there, and then it worked. And then this way, you've got this nice kind of looking fountain thing. It's a mana fountain. That's what we're calling it. And so he should be collecting 4 times as much. And then when these guys go away, I think they die in 3 days or something like that. 3 game days. We can replace them with more if we need to. So this is the mana fountain. So now we just got to figure out what we're going to do with the mana. Like, what are we going to use it on? And we will do that, and I'll be back.